Welcome to day 1552 of What You Up To Now. Can a SCI prevent a fall from grace? SCI stands for Spiritual Continuous Improvement. It's our final day of the annual challenge. Focus on, for this time through the life framework, spirituality and our spiritual well-being. And at the end of each month, we've been talking about a continuous improvement. What do we do to move forward on this area and aspect of our life? We've done physical, emotional, mental, and now spiritual. What things can we add to our life? Add to things that we're already doing to make sure that we're continuously improving and moving toward what we want automatically on an autopilot, so that we don't have to think about it. We don't have to consciously think, I have to do something to improve my spirituality. I have to do something to improve my health. I have to do something to improve my physical well-being, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual well-being every month. Because at the end of the first 9 months of this year, we're going to have 9 different areas and aspects of our life that we've thought about something and we are doing something to continuously improve us and move us toward those long-term goals and objectives that we want in each of those areas and aspects of our life. And in order to automate it and make that easier, we want to do things that we can continually improve on autopilot. And so we talked about that today for the annual challenge. For Supersize Your Business, our idiom today, our final spiritual idiom to coincide with the annual challenge, was on spiritual idioms. So our spiritual idiom was fall from grace. Now this was a kind of fun one. It's of course another biblical reference from the Bible, and it means to lose favor, to lose respect or prestige, or do something that gets us in trouble. For human beings, it's, usually end up in jail or dead, which is not a good outcome, right? Especially when we're growing our business. I researched a bunch of sports examples. Think of O.J. Simpson, Tiger Woods, Lance Armstrong, Mike Tyson, and some of these I haven't really even heard of, so I won't say them all. But then I got into, after that, I thought, okay, think of famous people that have had a fall from grace, especially in Hollywood. It seems like you can have a comeback. I think of Robert Downey Jr. I remember him as a younger actor, and then he got into all kinds of drugs and shenanigans and trouble. I think Johnny Depp's in some trouble right now. I've just seen flashes of some defamation case he's having with some lady. I don't know what the deal is, don't care. But it seems like in Hollywood, you can have a fall from grace, meaning you can do something, you can end up in jail, you can be a drug addict, you can be an alcoholic, you can do something really bad, but you can still have a comeback. Not only in Hollywood, but it seems more prevalent in Hollywood. Maybe because that's more an example that's more in our face and more of us see than everyday people having a fall from grace and then making a turnaround. But as I was saying, the businesses were the ones that I thought were interesting to look into and find that many airlines, many oil companies, a lot of auditing organizations or consulting firms that were supposed to be auditing a third-party fair and trusted and respected audit of something. And then there were Ponzi schemes. But in all of them, the common thread was there was some unethical, immoral, illegal behavior that went on, some cheating, lying, stealing, misrepresenting, which is lying, right? In each of those companies that had them fall from grace, right? So, or a massive change that, like, for example, Blockbuster, massive change in the world that they didn't keep up with. But I think it just reminds us that as long as we are really tuning into and being the humans that we're here to be, we can supersize and grow our business. As long as we don't cross that line in the sand between good and evil, ethical, unethical, as long as we stay on the right side of that and do what's right and think for ourselves, we don't have to worry about having a fall from grace. Now, it's a little scary these days with social media and all the nonsense and the canceling of people that we don't agree with. But I think those are temporary things because they've crossed the line to the edge of evil. And I think that the pendulum will swing back and we'll be like, no, we're not going to fall for that. We're not going to let people be destroyed, because it is the ultimate form of bullying and bad behavior, right? So, we can watch these things happen. We can make sure that we're not playing into those things happening and do what's right. Again, think for ourselves, do what's right. Know where our line in the sand is. Know what is good for us and not good for us. And as long as we're living in alignment with that and with our soul and our spirit, since we're focusing on spiritual things this month, I think we'll be okay. And we don't have to worry about this big fall from grace. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to screw up. We're not going to say the wrong thing. We're not going to do the wrong thing. We're not going to make mistakes, because we certainly inevitably are. I think making mistakes and having failures is as, or to be as expected as thinking change is going to stop happening. It's inevitable. So we might as well find a way to embrace and use change to our advantage, just like we need to use our mistakes as lessons learned and stepping stones, and know that we're going to make them, know that we're going to have failures. Otherwise, we're obviously not trying enough, and we're staying in this little comfort zone bubble that will keep us stuck and not going where we want to go either. So those were our pieces of content today. Saturday in my neck of the woods, not sure where it is, what it is in yours, but weekends are for family and fun and recharging my batteries and working on more passion projects and volunteering projects things. So that's what I'll be doing today. If I can help you in any way, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye.